Welcome to Language Swap, everyone, a fun way to learn English. We are so excited to have you join us today.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Alex, and I'll just say it up front. I'm a morning person now.
And I'm Sally, and listeners, I need you to remember he said that. Write it down, timestamp it.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because last week you texted me at 11:15 asking if the recording was at 9. It was at 9. You were asleep at 9.
Okay, that was one time.
It was Tuesday and Thursday, but sure, morning person.
I'm a morning person in spirit. The body's catching up.
The spirit is willing. The body is filing a complaint.
That's fair. Anyway, today we're talking about morning routines.
Which is perfect, because this is the topic where everyone lies a little, including the guy who just claimed he's reformed.
I'll be honest, I used to think morning routines were just productivity influencers trying to sell me a journal.
I'll be honest, quick one to flag. It means I'm about to say something direct, maybe a little uncomfortable. I'll be honest, I didn't love the movie. It signals the real opinion is coming. You'll hear it constantly.
And honestly, a lot of morning advice is nonsense. Wake up at 4 a.m., take an ice bath, conquer the world before sunrise.
Right? But underneath the nonsense, there's real science. And it's way more interesting than just wake up earlier.
So can we start by killing the biggest myth? The 5 a.m. thing?
Please do, because I know you've tried it.
I lasted 4 days and became a worse person.
And the research backs you up. The science says it's not about how early you wake up, it's about waking up at the same time every day.
Wait, so the magic isn't the hour? It's the consistency?
That's the whole thing. Researchers found a steady 6:30 wake up, even on weekends, beats an erratic 4:45 that you abandon every Sunday.
No way. So sleeping in on Saturday is the part that wrecks you?
No way. By the way, that's pure everyday English. It means I can't believe that, or you're kidding. No way. You met him in person? Sometimes it's shock, sometimes it's disbelief. Tone tells you which.
And no way in the disbelief sense, because I've definitely blamed Monday on the alarm when really I blew up my own rhythm on Sunday.
We all have. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm, basically an internal clock. A consistent wake time keeps that clock set. Random wake times reset it every day, like jet lag you give yourself for free.
Okay, that jet lag for free thing genuinely got me. So the Sunday sleep-in is a tiny flight to a different time zone.
That's exactly the mechanism. And then Monday you land back home jet-lagged and wonder why you feel awful. It's not Monday's fault. It's the round trip you took with your sleep schedule.
So the move is boring. Same wake time, every day, no heroics.
Boring and consistent beats, exciting and chaotic? That's basically the thesis of the whole episode. And here's the part that surprised me most. You're not supposed to hit the ground running.
Hit the ground running. That's the one where you start something at full speed, instantly productive. She hit the ground running on her first day. So you're saying don't?
Right? Don't. Researchers found most adults do their best thinking in the late morning, not the second they open their eyes. Your brain wakes up gradually.
So the goal of the first hour isn't to be brilliant. It's to warm up the engine.
Exactly. There's even a name for that groggy state, sleep inertia. And one study found it affects something like 82% of people.
82%. So feeling like garbage for the first 20 minutes is basically normal.
Completely normal. The mistake is judging yourself by it. You ease into the day. You don't sprint into it.
Ease into. To start something slowly and gently, you'd say ease into the cold water or ease into a tough conversation, the opposite of hitting the ground running. I love that we taught both in one breath.
And here's the practical version. Give yourself a buffer. Researchers suggest 60 to 90 minutes between waking and your first big commitment.
60 to 90 minutes? Most people roll out of bed straight into a meeting.
And then wonder why the first meeting feels like wading through mud. That buffer is where the whole routine lives. It's not wasted time. It's the runway.
The runway? Okay, so I'm not lazy for not being sharp at 6:15. I'm a plane that hasn't taken off yet.
You're a plane that hasn't taxied to the runway yet? Give it the buffer, and it actually flies.
Okay, so if the science isn't wake up at 5, what does it actually recommend? Let's get practical.
Yes, let's get practical because the principles are simple, but the order matters.
Cut to the chase. What do I do tomorrow morning?
Cut to the chase, skip the build-up, get to the point. Cut to the chase, did we get the job or not? Great phrase for meetings when someone's rambling. Use it gently though, it can sound impatient.
Fair. So cut to the chase. Step 1.
Step 1, light. Get sunlight in your eyes within the first hour of waking. 5 to 10 minutes outside on a clear day.
And this is the cortisol thing, right?
Right? Morning light triggers a healthy cortisol spike, and cortisol gets a bad reputation, but in the morning, it's the good kind. It's what makes you alert. Light also bumps dopamine, which helps mood and motivation.
And how fast does that kick in? Because some habits take forever to feel like anything.
That's the beautiful part. People report the mood lift within a few days. Sleep takes a few weeks to fully reset. But mood and energy move fast. It's one of the quickest wins there is.
You lost me on one thing. Why outside? Why not just a bright lamp?
You lost me. Perfect phrase means I stopped following. Explain again. Wait, you lost me? Which account? It's the polite way to say I'm confused without saying you explained it badly.
Smooth. So, you lost me. Lamp versus sunlight.
Outdoor light is just massively brighter. Even a cloudy day outside beats your brightest indoor lamp by a huge margin. Through a window doesn't count either. The glass cuts too much of it.
Even on a gray, miserable morning.
Even then, an overcast sky is still far brighter than anything in your house. You might just need 10 or 20 minutes instead of 5, but it counts.
Okay, that's a free habit. Step 2.
Step 2 is the controversial one. Coffee.
Oh, here we go. Back me up here, listeners, because Sally's about to attack my entire personality.
Back me up to support someone, confirm what they're saying. Back me up here, we agreed on Friday, right? You're asking someone to take your side, and no, I'm not attacking you, I'm presenting a debate.
A debate about coffee. This is the most serious moment of my life.
So one popular idea says, wait 90 minutes before your first coffee. The theory, let your natural cortisol peak first, so caffeine works better later, and you skip the mid-morning crash.
And I've heard that one everywhere. Delay the coffee, win the day.
But here's the honest part. A lot of researchers push back hard. They say cortisol follows its rhythm no matter when you drink coffee, and the adenosine science behind the rule is shaky.
Okay, define adenosine quickly, because you keep saying it.
Adenosine is the molecule that builds up while you're awake and makes you feel tired. Caffeine doesn't remove it. It just blocks the receptors so you don't feel the tiredness. That's all coffee does. It mutes the signal.
So it's not giving me energy, it's hiding the fact that I'm tired.
Exactly, which is why the crash hits later. The tiredness was there the whole time, and that's part of why the timing debate exists.
So who's right? Delay or don't?
That's the thing. There's no single proven perfect time for everyone. What's reasonable for many people is just not slamming caffeine the literal second you wake up, and not drinking it too late so it wrecks your sleep.
So the takeaway isn't 90 minutes or you fail? It's don't be dumb on either end.
Beautifully put. Caffeine has a long half-life too. A coffee at 4 p.m. is still in your system at bedtime. That part isn't debated.
How long are we talking?
Roughly half of it is still circulating about 6 hours later, and traces hang on well beyond that. So an afternoon cup can quietly steal an hour of deep sleep without you ever connecting the two.
See that? I'll change. The afternoon coffee is sabotaging the morning person I'm becoming.
The morning person who texted me at 11:15.
We agreed not to bring that up again.
We agreed to no such thing.
Okay, before we leave the practical stuff, there's one we haven't touched, movement.
And it's the one with the strongest science behind it.
Movement meaning a full workout? Because that's where you lose me on a Monday.
Not necessarily. It can be a walk, some stretching light movement, but here's why it matters so much. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and releases a protein called BDNF.
Okay, you said a protein and my eyes glazed. Translate.
Fair. BDNF is basically fertilizer for your brain. It helps with focus and memory. So a little morning movement literally primes you to think better for hours.
No way. So the walk isn't just for the body, it's sharpening the actual brain?
Both at once. And one study found morning exercise can improve focus for up to 12 hours afterward.
12 hours, that's the whole working day.
And it's not just researchers in a lab. A lot of high performers build movement into the morning. Obama worked out before the day started. Richard Branson credits morning exercise for his energy.
I'll be honest, when successful people list their habits, I get a little suspicious. It always sounds like a sales pitch.
That's fair. And you should be a little suspicious. The point isn't to copy a billionaire. It's that the underlying mechanism, blood flow, BDNF mood, that part is real for everyone, famous or not.
Okay, but here's my honest pushback. Some people swear by intense workouts first thing. Sprints, heavy lifting, the whole thing. Good or bad?
Great question, and it's genuinely debated. High-intensity exercise is fantastic for fitness. But slamming a brutal session the second you wake up isn't necessarily the best way to energize for the rest of the day.
Because your body's still in that groggy startup phase.
Right. Your nervous system is still booting up. For a lot of people, gentler movement early and the harder stuff later works better, but this is one where you genuinely have to test it on yourself.
So the rule is, move in the morning, the intensity is yours to figure out.
Exactly. And even 5 minutes counts. The goal isn't to crush it. The goal is to signal to your body that the day has started.
Can we talk about the cortisol thing for one more second? Because I think people hear cortisol and panic.
Yes, please. Cortisol is the stress hormone, so it's got this villain reputation. But there's a thing called the cortisol awakening response.
Which sounds intense.
It's actually just your body's natural startup sequence. In the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking, you get a natural surge of cortisol. That's the good kind. It sets your alertness and emotional tone for the whole day.
So cortisol in the morning is a feature, not a bug.
Exactly. Morning is the right time for it to be high. The problem is cortisol staying high at night when it should be low. That's what messes with sleep.
And morning light boosts that healthy morning spike. So the light habit and the cortisol thing are the same story.
They're the same story. Light, movement, a calm start. They all reinforce that one natural rhythm instead of fighting it.
Okay, confession time, because I've been talking like I've got this figured out, and I want to be real with people.
Oh, this should be good. Go on.
For about a year, I had what I called a morning routine. It was wake up, grab the phone, scroll for 40 minutes in bed, panic about the time, skip breakfast, leave angry.
That's not a routine. That's a hostage situation.
It really was. And the wild part is, I'd have told you I was not a morning person. Like it was my personality. It wasn't personality, it was the phone.
That's the thing nobody wants to hear. A lot of "I'm just not a morning person" is actually "I've got terrible morning inputs."
And the fix wasn't dramatic. I moved the charger to the kitchen. That's it. One physical change.
And did it work? Or are you telling a redemption story that isn't true?
I'll be honest, week 1, I just stood in the kitchen confused, holding my phone, like, why am I here? But by week 3, I was drinking water and actually awake before I touched it.
See, that's the whole episode in one anecdote. You didn't get more willpower. You changed the conditions.
Honestly, past me had it backwards. The problem was never me. It was the nightstand.
The nightstand was the villain all along.
Okay, step 3, and this one connects straight back to last episode.
The social media one. Go.
Last week we talked about what scrolling does to your brain. Turns out the worst time to do it is the first thing in the morning.
Because you're handing your freshest, calmest brain straight to an algorithm built to hijack it.
So the recommendation is almost funny in how simple it is. Keep your phone out of the bedroom, use an actual alarm clock.
And I know people hear that and roll their eyes, but the first thing you touch sets the tone for the day.
Set the tone to establish the mood or direction for what follows. Her speech set the tone for the whole conference. If the first thing you feel is anxiety from notifications, that tone carries.
And the flip side, a calm, intentional first 15 minutes does the opposite. Some research suggests using that window for something simple, stretching, a few slow breaths, writing down 1 or 2 priorities for the day.
That priorities thing is the one I actually do. Pick your most important task before the noise starts.
It reduces what they call decision fatigue. Your brain only has so many good decisions in it. Don't waste them choosing between emails before you've even had water.
And there's a name for that, right? The most important task thing.
Some people call them MITs, most important tasks. You pick 1 to 3 before the day fills up. It's not about doing more. It's about deciding what matters while your head is still clear.
I love that because by 10 a.m., my brain is making decisions out of pure panic.
Everyone's is. That's the point. The calm version of you, first thing, makes better calls than the reactive version of you at lunch.
Water, that's the other free one, right? Hydrate before caffeine.
Hydrate early. Yeah, you've been asleep for 8 hours, not drinking anything. You wake up a little dehydrated, and that alone can make the grogginess worse.
So half the morning fog might just be, I'm thirsty.
Honestly, partly, yeah. A glass of water before you do anything dramatic is the cheapest upgrade in this whole episode.
Can we do the positives? Because so far this sounds like a list of rules, and I want people to know why it's worth it.
Yes, so when people actually anchor their mornings, consistent wake time, light, a calm start, the payoff is real, better focus, steadier mood, and a real sense of accomplishment before the day even demands anything of you. They report feeling it within days.
And the sleep improves on the back end too. Morning light sets a timer for melatonin about 16 hours later, so you get sleepy at the right time at night.
Which fixes the actual problem most people have. They think they have a morning problem, they have a night problem.
Oh, that's the cleanest way I've heard it said. The bad morning started the night before.
And there's a bonus most people miss. A little afternoon light helps too. It can soften that 2 p.m. slump. Everyone blames on lunch.
Wait, the after-lunch crash isn't just the sandwich?
Partly, it's your rhythm dipping. Stepping outside for a few minutes in the early afternoon gives you a small natural lift, almost like optical coffee, no cup required.
Optical coffee. I'm stealing that.
And one more honest note, none of this has to be perfect. There's research saying a habit takes around 66 days to feel automatic, but the range is huge. Some habits take 18 days, some take over 200.
So if you're 3 weeks in and it still feels hard, that's not failure. That's just the timeline.
That's exactly it. You're not broken. You're on day 19 of a 66-day process.
Snap out of it past me. It was never about willpower.
Snap out of it, to suddenly pull yourself out of a bad mood or a daze. He was sulking all day until his friend told him to snap out of it. A little blunt, but affectionate between people who know each other.
All right, debate question for the listeners. Are you a natural morning person or a night owl pretending?
And this is real, by the way. Your chronotype is partly biology. Some people genuinely peak early and some peak late.
Wait, so it's not just discipline?
Not entirely. Forcing a 4 a.m. start against your nature can actually make your performance worse, not better. So the lark versus night owl thing isn't a personality quiz.
It's wiring. You come programmed from the factory.
Pretty much. A lark is an early riser. A night owl is a late one. Both are real English you'll hear, and the science says work with your wiring.
A consistent 7 a.m. beats a heroic 5 a.m. you can't sustain.
Which is the most freeing thing in this whole episode. You don't have to become a different person. You have to become a consistent one.
Drop it in the comments. Lark or night owl? And what's the one morning habit you'd never give up? We read every single one.
Before the recap, we've got a listener question. They wrote, I wake up exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep. What am I doing wrong?
Oh, that's such a common one. Where do we start?
The first suspect isn't how long you slept, it's how consistent your timing is. 8 hours on a chaotic schedule still confuses your clock.
So same wake time every day, even weekends. Then light, then movement. Give it 2 weeks before you judge it.
And check the back end too. What time you're falling asleep. And whether that afternoon coffee is sneaking into your sleep. Quality matters as much as quantity.
Right, 8 hours of broken, shallow sleep isn't 8 hours of rest. It's 8 hours in bed, which is a different thing entirely.
Completely different. And if you're still wrecked after 2 weeks of all that, that's a conversation for a doctor, not a podcast. Real talk. Some exhaustion is medical, not behavioral.
Good call. We're here for habits, not diagnoses.
Word tour. 6 expressions from today. Write them down. Say them out loud this week.
Number 1, I'll be honest. A signal that a direct, real opinion is coming. I'll be honest, that plan worries me.
Number 2, hit the ground running. To start something at full speed, instantly effective, she hit the ground running in the new role.
Number 3, ease into. To start slowly and gently. Let's ease into the new schedule instead of changing everything at once.
Number 4, you lost me. I stopped following. Please explain again. You lost me at the second step. Can you back up?
Number 5, set the tone. To establish the mood for what comes next. A warm welcome sets the tone for the whole trip.
And number 6, snap out of it. To pull yourself out of a bad mood or daze. I was nervous all morning, then I just snapped out of it before we started.
6 expressions, say each one out loud this week. Writing it helps. Saying it is what makes it yours.
Phrase of the day, and this one's a classic with a twist.
Let's hear it.
The early bird catches the worm.
I know that one. It means the person who starts early gets the reward.
Right, but here's the twist from today's episode. It's not really about being early, it's about being consistent. The bird that shows up at the same time every day catches the worm. The bird that shows up at random hours just gets tired.
So the early bird isn't winning because it's early. It's winning because it's reliable.
That's the whole episode in one line. Consistency over intensity. Same time. A little light. A calm start.
And look, I want to circle back to the top. Remember when I said I'm a morning person now?
The 11:15 text.
I was being aspirational, but I also meant it. I've got the same wake time 3 weeks running. I'm on day 19.
Of 66, we're rooting for you. 47 to go.
That's the nicest thing you've said all episode.
Don't get used to it. That's a wrap on episode 6. So glad you were here.
If it's your first time, welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Next week, something fun. We're talking World Cup travel tips. How to actually survive a trip around a tournament without losing your mind or your wallet.
Big promise. Stick around, and between now and then, pick one habit. Just one. Same wake time, 7 days straight. Give it a shot and see what happens.
Keep learning and keep growing. Everybody.
Peace, everybody.